Hi and welcome to our webinar today. Today we're going to be going through Fusion and talking about speeding up your point of sale. So we're going to go through the new features within Fusion and the new features within point of sale. My name's Beth and I'm going to be taking you through this today. So just before we get started, a few housekeeping things. Your speakers must be turned on to hear this webinar. My microphone's on and everybody else has been automatically muted. If you're having technical difficulties, then if you want to chat into the chat box if there's any problems or if you've got any questions, and there will be a questions and answers session at the end. So the webinar is approximately 30 minutes with a 10-minute questions and answers at the end. So if you've got any questions throughout, if you can just pop them in the chat box, and then at the end we'll just go through those and catch up, or alternatively you will be able to just email me afterwards if you've got any questions later on. So what we're going to be covering today, so today we're going through the new point of sale features within Fusion. So the new features include the surcharges. We're going to have a look at our basic promotions, some quick sale functions, how to update your appointments from point of sale. We're also going to have a quick look at the client history. So there's a few things in there, so the automated client history, and there's also being able to view history that's got visit notes attached to it a little quicker. And then we're also just going to do a quick overview of our new features that are coming shortly, so reducing time by using upfront payments and also memberships. Cool. So to make a start, we're going to have a look at our surcharges first. So just to give you a little bit of an understanding, our surcharges can be assigned to both a payment type and a date, and basically it's there to be able to add an extra charge, so either a percentage or a fixed charge on either a particular date or on a payment type, so that it'll automatically give it at the point of sale. So it's just a way of automatically associating a charge either on a particular day, be it a Sunday if you were working a Sunday and you wanted to charge extra for that Sunday, or if you took a particular payment type, so you took an AMEX or on your Visa you wanted to charge a surcharge. So what I'm going to do is I'm just quickly going to jump into shortcuts and just explain how this is all set up. So within shortcuts itself, if we go into the setup and into the configuration, and then our surcharges are set up under our sundry income. So to set up a surcharge, all we need to do is we would just press new, and we would create a sundry name, so that would be our surcharge name. Then once we've set that up, then at the bottom you've got an is a surcharge option. So if we tick that, and we can say what kind of surcharge type it is, so whether it's associated with a date surcharge or whether it's a payment type surcharge. They're the only two options that we do have for surcharges at the moment. Then you can then say whether it's a percentage of the sale. So it's going to be, let's say it's always going to be 3% of your bill. If it's a fixed amount, so it could be 50 pence or it could be £1 on your credit cards, or you can also have only apply when the sale total is less than. So you could say that you're going to associate a payment surcharge when the sale is less than £5. So if you get charged a charge when you put payments through that are less than a certain amount, then you can then put that cost onto your clients if you wish. So set into sundry, and then you just set up your surcharge first. Then if it's a payment surcharge, what we would do is, again, under our configuration, we've got our payment types. Bear with me one sec. So in our payment types, we would then just find our payment. And then you'll see down the bottom we can then associate a surcharge. So then we would set up the payment to be linked to that surcharge. If it was a date surcharge, then this is done through the schedule. So into tools and into schedule. And then if it was a Sunday, so if we click on the date, And then you'll see there it then allows us to associate a surcharge. So any payment put through on that date would then associate that surcharge, and it would automatically come up on the bill. So as you can see on my screen, you can see that here we've set up a public holiday surcharge, so it's automatically associated that 5% charge when it's that particular day. And the same with a credit debit card. So if you were using a credit debit card, then what will happen is when you select your payment types, it will then give you the different options. So one thing I would suggest is a lot of clients do have credit debit cards set up as one payment type. Now if you're going to associate this so it's only on a Visa but it's not on a debit card, you will need to split your payment type in shortcuts. So you will need to split it down so you've got a debit card and then you've got a Visa. And then you would just associate that surcharge with the Visa only. And then when you come to select credit debit cards, it will then give you the different options and show which have a surcharge and which don't. So anybody on reception would be able to say, oh, you're paying with a Visa, there's a 3% surcharge, but if you pay with an AMEX or a Diners, then there's no surcharge at all. So you can give the client options before they actually pay. Fab. So that's our surcharges. Pretty easy to set up, pretty straightforward, and as I said, it's all automated, so once you've set it all up it will just automatically run in the background for you and it comes up with those options at point of sale. Fab. So now we're going to look at our basic promotions. So basic promotions is a way to create a quick promotion for a product or service that are automatically applied at point of sale. So basically it's very similar to the promotions that we had, but it's a lot quicker and a lot easier. It's basically just one screen. So just quickly show you our little snapshots. So under setup and services or under stock and products, there's a promotions button, and in there it just brings up one screen, and in there we can then associate our promotion. So I'm just going to jump into shortcuts again and just show it you live. So if I go into my services, so you'll see in my service setup, and if I go to my facials, so if I wanted to set up a promotion just for one particular service, then if I click on that service, you'll see at the bottom I've got our promotions. If I click on that promotions, it will then bring up that box. So first of all, it will bring me one saying, do I want to associate it to a promotion I've already got set up, or do I want to create a new one? So drop down will give you any promotions that you've already got set up, or you can just press new. So the idea is that if you've already got a promotion set up where it's, let's say you've got one set up where it's 10% off a service, and that's what you wanted to give off the facial, you could just automatically associate it to that one promotion rather than creating a new one every time. Or if you press new, it will then bring you into our screen, and as I said, there's only one page with the basic promotions, unlike the promotions which then goes on to the 3 pages where you can choose what they need to buy and then what they get for free or at a discount. So basically all we would do is we would just set up the promotion name, and here you can say the benefit given. So is it a percentage reduction, a reduction by a certain amount, they get it at cost price, or they get it at a gross margin percentage reduction. Enter the value, and then you can also associate it with the club. So this is really good for, I want to do a promotion on this, I want to do 10% off and it's only available this week. Then it's just a quick way of setting up a discount without actually having to discount it. It will just automatically give it at point of sale. So you can also associate it with a club if you wish and give the extra points. And then you can then specify the valid days, so the date range that it's valid for, or when it's valid to, the hours or days that it's valid for. So your valid hours are either the days, so it's only available say Tuesday, Wednesday, or it's available Tuesday afternoons and Wednesday mornings. And then you can also specify that it's only, so let's say this offer is only going to be available the first week of every month, or the second week, you can then associate if it's just going to be one of those options as well. Once you hit done, then it will automatically, that's it, all set up, and then as soon as you sell that product or service at point of sale, it will then automatically discount the same way that the promotions does. So it doesn't come up with the tag to tell you that you've missed, because you have to purchase it to get the promotion, and it will automatically discount at point of sale for you. So as you can see, it's a bit quicker and a bit easier than the standard promotions. So basically this is just a way of setting up a discount, or an automated discount if you like, within a select period for a promotion against a service or a product. If you were wanting to choose, you need to buy this service to then purchase to get this other service at a discounted price, then you would then go to your normal promotions where you would then step through the options. Cool. So that takes us on to our quick sell functions. So within Shortcuts, within Fusion, we've had a few extra options added in, and these quick sell functions are designed to make your lives a little bit easier. So we have an F2 button. I think I've talked about this in the past. But by pressing F2 in point of sale, it will then give you a list of your services. Now, if you set up your top selling service, so if you always upsell a treatment, you can actually add a treatment to your top 30 services, and if you just add one service in there, when you press F2, it will automatically add it in, and we'll jump into Shortcuts shortly and I'll show you that. You can add gift cards to the bill quicker. So whenever you're selling a gift card at point of sale, we used to have to click on and then click on to sundry and then go into gift cards, but now there's a gift cards button. So as soon as you click on a line within point of sale, you'll then see that there's a gift card button, and there's also a members button when we get to our memberships as well. So assigning a client to a membership and loyalty, again, you've got that members button, which will be your memberships, and it will also be your loyalty as well. We're also able to amend individual bills that are grouped. So previously when we were grouping bills, we used to have to go in and then find that client and go to their bill, but now there's a quicker way to flick between individual bills and back to the group bill. And we also have the arrival screen checkout. So rather than searching for the appointment or searching through point of sale, you can search quickly within the arrival screen and take them straight to checkout a lot quicker than you could through the appointments or through point of sale. So we're going to jump into Shortcuts and just walk through these. So for the first one that I was talking about was the F2 option. So for this to work, all you need to do is within your service setup, you have a top 30, which always sits there. Usually it's got a red dot next to it with no service associated. And if you're always upselling a treatment, for example, so it's always a treatment that you try and upsell and you want a quick way to add a treatment onto a bill, then what I would do is just add that one treatment to your top 30. So to add a service to your top 30, all you have to do is find the treatment or find the service, click on the grey box and just drag it so it sits over that top 30, and then that will then drop it in. So that drops it underneath. So as I said, if you've got only one under there, it will automatically add it to the bill. If you've got a couple, then it will then come up with the service selection screen for you to choose which one you want. So just to walk you through, if I wanted to add it quickly to this bill, all I would do is press F2. And you'll see that it automatically just adds that treatment to that bill. So a lot quicker than having to select a blank space, then search for that service, search for that treatment. So it's brilliant for anything that you're always trying to upsell and just adding it quickly to a bill. As I said, when you click on a blank line to sell, you'll see that you've got gift cards, and that members option will also come up next to it if you have memberships or loyalty set up. Bear with me one sec. So I'm just going to quickly set up two bills, if you bear with me for 1 second. So I've got my 2 clients, and if I wanted to just group them together, I can click on group, and then I can add the 2 clients that I want to pay together. So just like a standard group. Now what you'll notice is in the past, they just used to sit like that, but they weren't highlighted. So if I want to go to Sue's bill now, before I used to have to go back up to point of sale, find the group, and then find Sue. All I need to do is just click on Sue, and you'll see that it brings up Sue's bill, and then I can amend it and change it. I can then click on the group family, and that takes me back to the group total. I can click on Beth's bill, and again that takes me through to Beth's bill, and I can add and amend, add discounts, etc., and then I can click on the family. So a lot quicker than it was with going to the drop down, finding the group, and then finding those individual people, then amending the bill, and then having to go back to the group. So much quicker. Just click on those little, so you can see they're underlined, so just click on the people and it'll just jump through the bills quickly. So the arrivals screen, so we talked about this last time with the arrivals, and at the top you've got show arrived only. So if I just arrive my client, and I go to my show arrived only. So the idea with this is rather than going to the appointments, finding the client's appointment, right clicking, hitting checkout, or going to point of sale, and especially if you've got a lot of clients in, then having to click on the drop down and try and find that client. In your show arrived only will give you a list of all the clients that are in, so they're having services done, they've arrived. You can client search as well, so you can search for a particular client if you've got lots of people in. And if you hit to pause, it will then automatically take you to point of sale to their bill, and then it's good to just make any amendments and check them out. So again, a quicker way, especially if you've got a lot of clients in, you've got a really busy Saturday for example, and you've got multiple clients, really quick way of getting them to point of sale rather than through the appointments or searching through that point of sale list. Cool. So back into my presentation. So we can update our appointments. So I know last time when we did our last webinar, we talked about updating our services from the appointment book. So we were talking about if you right-clicked on an appointment, then you could change the service on the appointment book so that you weren't then getting the wrong services booked in, or if somebody had made a mistake. But now what we've got is you can also change the service at point of sale. So a lot of people will do this. The client was booked in for a particular service and we had to change it. So the appointment then went this khaki colour. So that showed us on the appointment book that although that appointment was booked in for that treatment, that's not necessarily what they had done, and that what they paid for was something different. So the service was changed at point of sale, was that khaki colour. What we can do is when we change a service in point of sale, we can actually have it change the appointment book. So it will actually change the service on the appointment book. So then the appointment would then go grey rather than this khaki, and the correct times are then updated on the appointment book. So when you're looking back at you're analysing your appointment book, if they were booked in for a full head of highlights and a cut and finish but only had a root retouch and a cut and finish, it will adjust all the times for the cut and the colour. So it will sort it all out for you. And that is a configuration change. So if you wanted that to happen, in your general setup, so into configuration, general and general setup, there is an updated appointment book on service change tick box. So all you need to do is just tick that option, and then it will just change it. So then that means that it's automatically on, because we know that not everybody wants that option to be available. So if you wish to use it, then just tick that box and that'll turn it on for you. So as I said, the client history, we were going to just visit client history as we've done quite a bit on point of sale. But in the client history, there's a couple of new bits. So we can automatically assign our visit notes. So within within shortcuts, there is now an option a tick option to automatically assign visit notes. So what this means is that Shortcuts can automatically create a copy of the previous appointment's visit notes when a client comes in for their next appointment. It helps save time spent entering visit notes if you do repeat sessions of identical services. So if you've got a client that always comes in for the same service, then it will just automatically put those visit notes. Now you can delete those visit notes and put new ones in, but you can have it that it will automatically enter in the last lot of visit notes. So if they did the same, you can just leave it as it is, or if they did do something different, you can then go in and change it if you wish. Again, it's just a configuration change if you wish, and it's under Setup and Configuration, into our General Setup, and there's a tick box called Automatically Assign Visit Notes. So I said it'll just do it for you. So save a little bit of time, that if you've always got clients coming in for the same thing, it will do it all for you. Again, you can change it if you wish. The other thing on client history, I'm just going to jump into Shortcuts and just show you, which I managed to leave off. Is when you're looking at your client's history, there's a tick box for only dates with visit notes. So if you've got a client coming in and you want to go back and have a look at their last colour notes, you can just tick this box and it would get rid of any services that don't have any visit notes associated against them. So if they've been in quite a few times and no notes have been associated and you just want to look back rather than scrolling down the screen, I can just tick that box and just look at only dates with visit notes. So it will only show me the services where I actually had visit notes associated. Cool. So that takes us through the point of sale. But as I said, there's a couple of new features that are coming out shortly. And with these new features, these again are going to look at speeding up your point of sale. So memberships is one of the features that's going to be that we're looking at launching. So memberships is a brilliant feature to be able to allow you to provide your clients with ongoing benefits. So basically memberships is a way of taking a monthly fee. So you could take a £20 fee from your client every month, and for that it entitles them to 4 blow dries a month, or it might only give them 4 blow dries a year or on certain products. So you can specify exactly what's on the benefits. The idea is that you're taking the monthly fee. So by taking that monthly fee when that client comes in, you can then you then no longer have to take the payment at point of sale. It's just a quick checkout and they're done and dusted. They're already prepaid. The client payments can be taken up front weekly, fortnightly, monthly. They can do payment breaks, so they can stop and then they can start again. So if there was a problem or maybe you were closed for a month, you can stop everybody for a payment break and then you could start them up again. The payments can be imported. There's a membership console, so you can track the client member's status. So if anybody has missed a payment or there's any problems, then you can track all of that as well and then contact the client. It also puts all the statuses within Shortcuts. So if somebody has a failed payment or missed a payment, then you can also see that. So the receptionist would be able to see that as well. You can also set up a reset. So if you have somebody signed up for a yearly benefit, they pay £20 a month, and for that they get 1 blow dry a month and 4 cuts a year. And then at the end of the year, you can then just do a reset. So if they want to go back on the same membership, then they can reset it and you can just reset it. You can also have people on different memberships. So there will be multiple memberships. So people can be on different membership. You might have 2 or 3 different memberships available to clients, and you can have clients on a couple of different memberships in one go as well. There's automatic emails as well, so they can be set up for new members when benefits are available or if they're about to expire, or for failed recurring payments. So if you do have any problems, then you can have people dropping off. So again, as I said, it's going to speed up point of sale a little bit. Because if people are prepaying, that's great for you as a business because it means that you're getting that extra income and you're guaranteed that income, but also it means for your clients that they don't have to worry about having the money to hand. It's automatically going to do it all for you. So just to give you a bit of an example, if somebody's buying a refresh peel, puts a star next to it, and that means that that client's got a membership. It then automatically discounts the value, so it knows how much to discount by, and then you can do a balance inquiry as well to see how much that client has got outstanding. So upfront payments. So upfront payments is something that we've been talking about for a while, and it allows you to take a full payment or a part payment through your online booking. So it means that you get to set up, you get to say how much you take from the client, so whether it's a 50% or it's a 10% or it's a 100%. The customer payments are taken through PayPal, so it's all done automatically. The client pays and it comes through PayPal. And the payments are stored in shortcuts, so it's automatically taken off their total sale when the transaction goes through. And then for you guys, you're able to then say no-shows or late cancellation payments can either be taken from the upfront amount, or you can credit it back to a client's account. So if you wanted to, you could say that your cancellation policy is if we pay upfront and you no-show, or there's a late cancellation, then let's say they no-show, you take a full percentage of the payment, or a late cancellation, you take 10%. You can then credit back to the client's account the amount that they've got outstanding. So it's up to you. It's discretionary, if you like, that you can either use that payment for that no-show or late cancellation, or you can, if you wish to, leave it credited on the client's account for the next time that they're back in. But the idea is, again, we're taking that payment up front, so no money's going in the till. Again, a smoother, quicker transition at point of sale, but also it does give you that backup that if somebody does no-show, you do have the money for the time that was wasted. So just a screenshot of our upfront payments. We will be going to this in more detail when we've got a release date for it, and we'll be doing a webinar solely on these two, one on membership. There will be one on upfront payments as well. So as you can see on the console, you'll have some options for upfront payments, so we'll help you set all of that up with your training. And then when the client books in, on your online booking, there'll be a deposit policy, and then it will then say how much it's taken, and then pay and confirm, and they'll just need to log into their PayPal account. Cool. So what you should have learnt today, so we've been through our surcharges, we've talked about our basic promotions, shown you a couple of quick sale functions, updating the updating the appointments from our point of sale, the client history, so a couple of changes that have gone on in there, and I've also just quickly gone over our upfront payments and memberships. As I said, there will be another webinar on those once we've got a release date, and once we're a little bit closer to actually getting those products out and about. So our next webinar is Thursday, April the 30th, and it's at 2 o'clock, and it's going to be talking about our new Salon app. So we're bringing out a Salon app which you can then give to your clients, and your clients are able to monitor their bookings, so they can see when their next appointment's booked in. They can also book through it as well, and you can update it with specials and offers. So we're going to be looking at that. We're going to actually walk you through the settings and how it all works. So if you're interested in that, then you can register for our future webinars on our website. We are also in the process of putting up the next, I think it's the next 4 months worth of webinars. So you'll be able to register for upfront payments, and memberships will be on there as well. So up to, I think it's about July time. And if you've missed any of our recent ones, or if you wanted to watch this one again, then they will be put up onto our website. So on our Shortcuts website, under webinars and under webinar library, you'll find this one, or if you missed the last one will be on there, and also all of our previous webinar recordings are also on there as well. So I'm just going to have a look and see if we've got any questions. So if anybody does have any questions. Cool. So we've got one about memberships. So our webinar for memberships is around about the July time. So we're looking at memberships being roughly around then, and we try and coincide the webinar if we can to be with the launch. But I mean, if as soon as we've got any information, if you're interested in more information, then if you give our business development a team, and what they'll do is they'll pop you onto our list, and they'll contact you nearer the time when we've got a little bit more information about costs, training, etc. So if you're interested, then if you give our BD team a quick call. It doesn't tie in with loyalty too much. Loyalty sits alongside. So you've got your loyalty system, which is then where you give your points. But memberships is more for trying to get people to purchase ongoing, so getting them to sign up. You can even get them to sort of tie into a contract if you like, so like a 12-month contract where you've got that guaranteed income, whereas loyalty is more for rewarding people for actually coming into the salon. Cool, I'm just having a quick nosy now. Cool, I think that's it for our questions. That was quite easy. But if you've got any questions at all, then my contact details, so if you want to ping me an email, you're more than welcome to, beth.hendry@shortcuts.co.uk. We're also on Facebook, so you can post questions on Facebook, or you can like our Facebook page to hear about what's going on. Visit our website, and as I said, all of our webinars and things are all on the are all on our website as well, and we do try and update it as much as possible with new features that are coming out. So if you do have any questions, please feel free to contact us, or you can always call your account manager on the business development team and have a little chat with them about what's coming out. So I hope that you enjoyed that, and hopefully I'll speak to you on our next webinar. Thank you.